Hey YouTube, just a quick video. This is more evidence, I guess you could say, just in case I need it for a little problem that I'm having with Pet Boys. Went to go pick up a 2-ton hoist that I purchased from them online. What's fucked up is I went there last night just to make sure that they had the hoist in stock in the store. Bought it online, went home, bought it online, within an hour. On the invoice that they send you in the email, it says that I should have it today. About 1 o'clock, I called them, and I don't know who answered the phone. It doesn't really matter. Told them that I made the purchase online, asked them when it would be ready, and they said, "Oh, give us a call tomorrow. It should be ready tomorrow." And they said that they didn't have it. I was like, "Well, what do you mean? I stopped there last night. You had 2 of them on the floor." And they said, "Oh, well, somebody must have bought them." And I'm like, "Okay, bullshit," but I didn't argue with him. He said, "Well, give us a call like in about an hour, maybe we'll have it then." So instead of giving them a call in an hour, I drove to the store because I'm not an idiot and I know that stores that carry engine hoists don't sell them very often. The likelihood of them selling 2 of them within less than 24 hours was extremely unlikely. So I headed over there and walked to the front door. The girl at the front desk greeted us, was nice, asked if she could help with anything. I said, "No, I know what I'm here for." Walked over to the area where I saw the hoist. Both of them were still there. Walked back to the front, politely asked the girl at the front if she can call the manager. Manager sitting behind some little, I don't know, like cubicle type thing. He could see over the top of it. Wasn't like a full-blown office, like about 4-foot wall with, about 2-foot glass on top of that all the way around. He comes out, and I let him know who I am and tell him the situation and that I wasn't happy with being lied to over the phone. And he asked who I spoke to, and I told him I don't know. And he's all, "Well, I wish people would get names." But surprisingly, it was a little bit weird because he was like, "Here, let's go over here. We'll get somebody. He'll load it up for you." Guy loads it up into the truck. I ask him if I need to sign anything. He says, "Did you already pay for it?" I said, "I bought it online." He's like, "Oh, okay. Do you have the invoice?" And I was like, "No, but I can pull it up on my phone." Pulled it up on my phone, showed him. And I asked him, I was like, "Who's the one that normally deals with the online sales, the processing that? Is that the manager?" And he says, "Yep." I was like, "Yeah, just what I thought." So it was probably the manager that I spoke to over the phone. He knew who I was. He knew what I purchased. He knew I was there. And instead of having me sign anything, he was just like, just have somebody load it up and get him the fuck out of here. So I'm not pleased on how that went. Customer service is horrible. So while they were loading it up, the box is pretty damaged. Obviously, it's not a light piece of equipment. And it's in a cardboard box. It's not the first time I've bought one of these. So, a little concerned that there's parts missing out of it, some bolts. So I figured I was going to record this. I haven't touched it since it was loaded up. I'm going to unload it right now and pull it apart, make sure we got everything. All right, so here goes. This is the stuff I was concerned with, just some bolts just rolling around in there. With the way this box is damaged, I'm concerned that I'm missing some of these. Not sure what this is, but I'm just going to set these on the bench for now. Probably missing the nut off of that. Okay, let me show you something real quick here. Pretty sure I know where this goes. If you look here, this bolt nut over here, this is missing. The same bolt most likely goes in here. I'm probably missing the nut and the lock washer. Here's one of the nuts. Nope, that's actually not the nut. Hold on, put that on that bench. So, hopefully it's in here. Given that it's a nut and washer, more than likely not. We'll see. Awesome. Casters, bolts, no bolts. Here's the handle. No bolts in here. We'll see if there's any someplace else. Garbage, put that on the bench. Okay, here's the vertical support. Make sure you can see what I'm looking at. Yeah. Bolt, washer, and nut. Just the bolt. Bolt, washer, nut. Wow, that's some pretty shoddy welding going on in here. Bolt, washer, nut. Same thing over here. Here's a nut. I'm not sure where that goes, but hopefully it goes to one of those. Put that on the bench. Here's the jack handle. One of the legs, no bolts. As far as quality, I don't know. We'll talk about that later. Here's the other leg. Again, no bolts. Here's the crane. You have the nut washer bolt for that. Zip tie holding the internal tube in. No other bolts. No pins, nothing. The chain. I'm going to assume this is the bolt for that chain. One of those nuts probably for that, but no washers. So put this on the bench. Here's the two diagonal braces for the main support. No bolts, nothing. Not sure what this is. Hopefully they're bolts or something. Actually, no. I don't know what that is. We'll figure it out later. Put that on the bench. Hydraulic ram, no bolts. So, I can tell you that we're missing nuts and washers at the very least, as expected. Nothing else in here. You can see that? Nothing else in there. Actually, strike that. I did find a nut and a washer buried in there, embedded into the cardboard. So that helps. Nothing is falling out in here. So we'll see if we'll open up those other packages and make sure, see what all we're missing. I know we're missing something. Hopefully it's minor. Hopefully it's just a nut. We'll see how it goes. If we're missing anything, I'm going to head back to the Pet Boys and I'm going to tell them exactly what I'm missing and we'll let you know how it goes. Okay, let's bring you guys over to the table and we'll see what's going on in these packages here. By the way, no instructions, assembly instructions in there at all. Oh wait, here, never mind. Strike that, here's the assembly instructions. I will tell you this though, I've got to be missing bolts. And the reason why I'm saying that is that I have 2 casters in here with no bolts on it. How that's the case, I really don't know. But I don't understand why I'd have bolts on all the other casters and absolutely none in these other 2. So let's open these up and we'll see what's in here. There's got to be at least, I'm hoping that these are the bolts for this at least, and hopefully the other 2 caster bolts, but at this point I'm not too confident in that. Okay. I might have got lucky here. Here's one bolt in the washer. Okay, one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Missing one. That's something I can maybe live with because that looked like it was not Pep Boy's issue, manufacturer issue. Nothing in there. I got these 4 brackets. Not sure what they're for just yet. Again, nothing else in there.
It's probably the one that has the whole thing on it.
I don't know what you're saying.
I was saying for the hook thing, it could be the bigger one.
Okay, well this nut is not for that. I don't know what it's for just yet. Take that bolt out of that pin that doesn't have a nut on it. Okay, that's what that's for. Still missing the washer. Still missing the nut and the lock washer for this. So, here's what my plan is. I am going to head back there. I'm going to do a quick assembly of this thing though. And I do have all, it looks like I have all the bolts for the casters at least. We'll see. I'm going to do a quick assembly and see what I'm missing. And then I'm going to head back there. Yeah, I should have time before they close. And see if at the very least, Pep Boy sells nuts and bolts. So see if at the very least they give me the nuts and washers that I need to finish putting this together. We'll see how it goes. I will definitely follow up with this. I'll let you guys see the assembly. But I will follow up with it and let you guys know. And I'll actually just edit it into this. So, all right, let's put this together. Actually, I'm going to do this on the bench. Okay, I can see that the 2 casters here that didn't have nuts or bolts, they're going to go here. This is threaded, so there is no nuts for those. Put that one in there. That's the one missing the washer. Can you see what I'm doing?
Yeah.
While I do that, take all these out of there. Just so you know, I'm having the kid take all the nuts and bolts out of there to speed this up. That's not easy. Putting these in here. That's need some long fingers. But that has nothing to do with Pet Boys, it just has to do with the product. I'm doing this wrong. Here's what I'm doing wrong. The lock washers. The lock washers need to go on the nut side. The big washer needs to go, or excuse me, on the bolt side. The big washer needs to go on the nut side. Reason being is that these bottom two here, they're slots. They're not just holes drilled into it, they're slots, so the lock washers are actually getting pinched inside that slot. Put your hand underneath that tube. Okay. The washer's probably gonna drop. Got them both?
Yeah.
Between your feet. Okay, we're going to stop this video. You see what I'm doing. I'll just edit in the process. I need to get all these casters on here. Once I get the casters on here, I'll shoot a part 2 of this video. So look for the part 2. But you see what I have here. So I'm going to get the casters all put on the legs and this main base. And then I'll shoot a part 2 of us putting everything together. All right. Talk to you guys later. Subscribe, comment, like.